Alright, yo, Alpern here, and I've got with me a guest, Mr. Nathan.
Hello.
And we are casting the Kings of CoH 2v2 tournament. This is the quarterfinals between none other than IncaUna and VonAsten playing as the allies here in the first game. We can see here IncaUna bringing, of course, Tactical Support Regiment, Vanguard Operations, and we have heard rumors that he is going to end up picking Lend-Lease. Meanwhile, VonAsten, of course, bringing Guard Motor, Shock Rifle Frontline Tactics, and Armored Assault Tactics.
Yeah, so their opponents are the MoronPark clan. I guess that's what we're referring to them. To save us trouble, we're going to call the purple one Moron and the red one Park, right?
Yeah, I think that sounds
so
good.
Moron is rocking the OKW today, has the Grand Offensive Elite Armored and Overwatch Doctrine. Very interested to see if he will bring out the Jaeger-Light Infantry Recon squads again. And then we have Park, who is playing the Austere, has Joint Operation Doctrine, German Mechanized, and, well, Spearhead. I'm actually not too sure what he's going to go in out of these. We'll have to see.
Yeah, no elephant there from Mr. Park, which is interesting. Meanwhile, yeah, we saw in the last series Moron bringing out some JLIs, so he might do that again. We saw some very interesting forward battle group strats there, so I'm not quite sure how possible that is on Elst, but I guess you got this area potentially.
In the Grand Offensive,
oh,
so we're going to maybe see some Panzer Fusiliers.
Yeah, good call, good call.
And Inca has rocked in the assault section, so, you know.
They are arriving. I'm curious, though, if he picks that mortar. No, we see a Vickers once again. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with, like, you know, two strategies. Apparently, that's the strategy of using assault section, is bring it up with a Vickers.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of see it, I guess, you know, use the Vickers to lock down near well, the assault section to kind of just do whatever they want.
Yeah. So faction must be mixed. Yes, they must be mixed. And I believe also there is faction Terminator, so you can't play like USF twice in a row. But that doesn't, that doesn't really matter here because this is going to be a best of 2, though. We'll see best of 3s in the semifinals, but this is only the quarterfinals. And whoa, I don't think this is allowed. I'm curious if they're gonna call it out, but what we're seeing on the screen here is actually not allowed generally in tournaments. He's building the sandbag from within the garrison. And that's actually a banned glitch.
I just noticed that. Yeah, I just noticed that.
Very curious if we might get a call out there. We might have some controversy right off the bat. I'm just gonna check in with the players. I don't see any calls yet. Very curious here if we're gonna see any remedy here. I know the rules are that the players are forced to play, even though you see stuff like this happens and then it gets evaluated afterwards. But generally that is banned, and it's considered a cheat.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's definitely not a great thing.
we'll see. We'll keep watching. Of course, we have Inca here locking down the left fuel quite nicely with the Vickers. Meanwhile, the Axis checking out the center right now.
The thing with that sandbag as well is like these aren't like typical 1v1 players, so it could have been oversight. But it's still a cheat nonetheless. So
yeah, I think when you're in the tournament, you should read up on the rules. And there is an banned exploits list, and this is one of them. So, you know, if it's your first tournament, which I believe it is for these Chinese MoronParkers, I mean, maybe they're even bad at English, so maybe they attempted to read the rules.
But oversight on them.
Yeah, but we'll see.
We'll see, yeah.
Usually the penalty of these type of things can be an automatic lose for the game. We'll see how harsh the referees are for this tournament, but we're gonna have to wait and see until after.
But in the meanwhile, we do have the first assault section sent packing by the MG.
We do have also some Panzer Fusiliers here out for Mr. Moron, of course, the courtesy of the Grand Offensive Doctrine.
Just like know how many he's gonna go. Basically, I'm not gonna Volk, so I assume he's just gonna go all Panzer Fusiliers.
Yeah. Yeah, great engagement here, it looks like, for the Axis. We do have the Flamethrower now appearing, though.
And now the subsection coming to support, with the Thompson upgrade now. They're going to be nasty.
Sturmpaneer early retreats there. Fusilier staying a bit longer, but they're going to be forced to retreat here as well.
Panzer Fusiliers do not want to be in engagement with anyone right now.
Yeah, meanwhile, it does seem like Mr. Park here is actually outflanking IncaUna. Of course, IncaUna having some of his units in the north. So they're gonna lose the fuel here, but it's gonna be a complete map
Grenadiers
trade.
getting caught out by the assault sections, so they're running back home. But that isn't... Okay, I guess they did fall back. So that should be fine.
Yeah, should be. There was another assault
It wasn't...
section.
Yeah, that's why I was a bit worried, like the assault section. But the MG's kind of covering that flank off, so they should be fine.
Yeah, but interesting start here. We see quite an even, I would say, early game.
Yeah, I mean, both sides decapping each other's fuel, mostly prodding about.
Con's in a great position there in the north. Gonna be quite rough to actually deal with that with only Panzer Fusiliers.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the kills, it's fairly even as well.
Yeah, you can see.
It's just kind of
Mr.
around.
Who is that? That's Mr. Park here, actually going with a 1-3 KD.
To be fair, he was the one in the big engagement where he got double teamed.
Oh yeah.
But right now in this early game, it's kind of just bouncing around these assault sections and just kind of retreating when they get close.
Yeah, but interestingly here, you know, Inca is actually taking back his site here. Meanwhile, Mr. Moron is yet to even make an attempt here on the northern fuel, so it's gonna be quite rough versus these green covered conscripts right now.
But at least with the 500 VP format in this game, it's not a complete rush to get those resources back.
Yeah, and we say grenade here. This could potentially be huge. Actually, is predicting a retreat there, but
yeah, he expected a retreat, but the conscripts were just chilling there. They didn't need to get out of there. They had green cover, they're fine.
You know, VonAsten being a 1v1 player, he's been playing this game for so long. He's so used to those grenades on retreat, playing versus players such as Kimbo, you know. So he probably saw it coming a mile away.
And honestly, I don't think Panzer Fusiliers are really going to bully conscripts out of cover that well. So,
yeah.
Especially when they're like not upgraded. One of them is, but you know.
Yeah, so it seems Moron here is finally getting his side back. Meanwhile, Inca here still making huge pushes here versus the Grenadiers. Really struggling.
They do not want to be here.
Yeah, fortunately there is no red cover here anymore. This is the Master League version of Elst Outskirts. There's no like red cover.
And the flak track is being deployed. I think the 2-2 is out now as well. Yeah, the 2-2 and the flak half track coming out. A lot better timings in this game than last one.
Yeah, for Team Moron, you mean?
Yeah. The last game they were what 9 minutes on their light vehicles.
Yeah.
Very late.
I mean, they skipped light vehicles completely as Axis last game, so.
Yeah, actually that is true.
But we still see this forward battle group, and it looks like a machine gun bunker is coming up as well, which is interesting, right?
Yeah, I'm very curious why they're doing this. Maybe to try and free up the MG to begin with.
I mean, you know, there's no pack house here, right? There's no USF, but you know, there could still be like 120 mil if VonAsten goes for the guard motor, which is of course nerfed with the tournament mod, but it's still quite lethal.
Yeah, I have to assume they're just building this bunker just to free up his MG, so they don't have to hold the center with the MG, and then they can't be outflanked.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a pretty decent position. Quite hard to reach that with 80 guns, right?
Yeah, and it covers off like complete flank. You have to go in deep to really get around it, but the MG is already blocking that off as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's a solid bunker.
You of course have the flak in the north.
Oh, the mine going up on the Panzer Fusilier.
Oh, really? Yeah. We also have T-70 coming out now for VonAsten. Meanwhile, Inca here, yet to build a light vehicle, probably...
He might be waiting for the M5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
I mean, I would. The M5 into the M16 is great.
Yeah, you know, you get the AA, meanwhile VonAsten gets the T-70. I think that makes a lot of sense, to be honest.
Yeah, you do get like the M5 a slightly bit later because it is free CP, but it's not the end of the world. It's still a strong vehicle.
Yeah. Oh, great mortar to hit there, doing a lot of damage. Also, of course, 6-pounder actually goes down there. It's going to be smoked and recruit here, though. Grenadiers actually in a pretty good position behind the green cover.
He's not going to recruit because he knows that he can bully any infantry nearby.
Yeah, he did toss that smoke, so, you know, taking that green cover for himself.
Yeah, completely. T-70 making his presence known now.
Oh, some passing issues.
These Fusiliers have some relay up. He's getting snared, the T-70 is.
Yeah.
Is any AT or anything?
Is out by the Gap battle group, but quite a bit to go.
Not close enough. But the assault sections in the center are going to go deep into their enemy.
Yeah, MG Bunker, not quite far covering the VP itself, but all the way up to it. Oh, and Siskan just missed a killing blow there on the flag half track. That was really close.
That would have been big, losing that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, MoronPark keeps the live. Oh, that's Sis barrage though. Overshot a tiny bit, almost wiping the stern pile. Meanwhile, we have some resource harassment here from Mr. Park with the Pioneer in the south.
This mortar actually being quite close to the VP will actually hit quite well if they go for that middle VP.
Oh yeah, already up to 2 kills.
Yeah.
Yet to see any indirect from these allies though, but Kubal here in peril, T-70. Going to punish that. Raketten is almost in position. But Kubal still does bite the dust.
Does bite the bus as well.
Or some trees.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
I mean, losing the Kubal is actually kind of big here, because the Kubal is so good at Vet 1 once on this map, because you just put it in center, and then you basically have map packs, right?
We're actually seeing a Cromwell in the production for Inca right now, because he didn't go for any light
vehicle.
vehicle.
Jesus, that's quite fast, 10 minutes here.
Yeah, very fast, because he just skipped the light vehicles altogether.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one 80 gun on the field. Mr. Park never actually built a pack so far. And still not bad phase 1 either, or 2.
As long as he gets one out now, or when he noticed that there's a, what we call it, a Cromwell on the field.
Yeah.
And once again, the subsection's coming in center, but the MG's going to completely cut them off. The Phosphorus isn't really in the best angle, unless the MG can't fire still.
No, it can't. It's blocked by the side there, yeah.
Just about, it looks like. Okay.
Victor's flanked on the left here. Might lose the fuel for some time. We have...
They kept the north side fuel, but they're instantly sent packing.
Yeah, this combat engineer is actually quite in peril, I was about to say, but there's no red cover anymore, of course, so they should be fine, I think. Unless the flag gets a really good burst.
Model, they would have died, but no, they're fine.
Yeah. There is the Cromwell going in for some crush action on the Grenadier. Grenadier there staying for the decap. I'm not sure if that was worth it.
The pack would be... Oh, the pack is on the field now, so he has got that one out.
Yeah. See if the Grenadier survives though.
It's a bad spot, yeah.
Taking a lot of damage here.
The Cromwell not really hitting those shots, so it should be fine now.
Yeah, also turning it to rear there means you lose some DPS right from the front machine gun.
Yeah, at this stage, the bunker is a bit odd. Now that they're putting a second MG there to cover up the mid VP, it's like, what is this MG doing?
Yeah, I mean, he has all the flanks secured anyway, right? So
yeah,
it's a bit odd.
There's this barrage already doing some damage to his own cover.
So it seems the left front is pretty stale here, but in the east we have, of course,
the VP.
Yeah, another grenade. Actually destroys the sandbag. Yeah, pretty good hold here, I must say, from the MoronParkers, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the assault seconds haven't done too much damage, so they've pushed them back, but not really done too extreme damage.
Yeah.
But now with like the double smoke, because you got the phosphorus smoke and then the normal smoke that's on a different cooldown, it's going to be a really annoying to deal with them.
Yeah, you see here the MG bunker actually providing some suppression.
Yeah, oh, and that mortar shot right on that section.
That VP smoke, man, you can't dodge it, and it just removes so much health, you know. Has to retreat and heal for so long.
The phosphorus doesn't kill any models, but it just nukes the health to the point where they're just useless. Oh, this assault section might be in peril.
Yeah, but
doesn't look like 2-2 is going to go in because the Cromwell comes on in.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. A bit late smoke there, but I was about to say I would have definitely been dead with the red cover, but seemingly it was enough anyway with the machine gun and grenadier combo.
Yeah, we've already seen like the effect of removing that red cover on those roads.
Yeah, didn't matter then though. I'm a bit curious here. This flak is trying to remove that tree. It looks like to open up that fourth window. I've not seen that before. I wonder if that actually works.
Didn't really think about that, really, no.
Looks like he's trying to remove it. I'm not sure if it's
I don't
open
think it
yet.
needs, to be honest. I don't think it really is needed. But I guess there's no harm in it.
Yeah. What is that? We have a league coming out from MoronPark, and of course an Uber squad as well.
Yeah, the
Tier
Uber
4
is on field now, so that's going to help a lot with this infantry. So Park hasn't selected a doctrine all game so far.
Yeah, I wonder where he's going to go for. I'm pretty sure like one of the recon commanders here are really solid options, both of them.
Yeah,
actually.
I mean Spearhead doctrine isn't a bad shout.
Yeah. Some great smoke here used by the league here by Mr. Moron. Yeah, double fuel for allies for quite some time here, I think.
Yeah, it's not looking great on the resource.
Oh, he gets the snare on the flak there. One more shot required by the Sis gun, if he can get an angle.
Just going to move on up.
Yeah, I could use the recon with the T-70. And we saw the attack ground attempt there, I think. It's actually taking out the flak. What a shot there.
It's smoked as well, so waste the munitions.
Yeah, well played from VonAsten. Quite an important pickup, you know, it removes some anti-air as well.
And more phosphorus being dropped on those MGs, just really nuking the health.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a normal mortar coming out for VonAsten. Might be going for some flare here to...
Ooh, that flare will be juicy with the amount of support weapons that the MoronPark players have.
T-70 there, almost actually going down. Seems to get out alive though. We have a T-3485 coming out now for VonAsten. Going with the, I think it's, yeah, the armored assault tactics. Of course, gets him the planes and the
We
repair.
don't see any... Like, we see the battle phase 2, but we don't see the tier up, so we're not going to see a tank for the Axis for a while.
That's interesting. I mean, you have the OKW tier 4, but...
Well, yeah,
still,
but he's still a lot of fuel away, like almost
Yeah.
100 fuel away from a tank. And these, both Inca and Von have two, they have a tank each, so...
Yeah, for sure. And you see the allies over and over keep making these pushes, but they're gonna walk straight here into the Schwörer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Siskan here missing to the
Siskan shot.
Yeah.
It blocked it.
The wall.
Yeah.
It's like some extra armor.
And it's still standing, like absolute shad of a wall.
Yeah, really tough nut here from Mr. MoronPark. You know, you got the tier 4, then you got the bunker covering the other angle. Of course,
That's
the
what
machine gun
one
and
thing
the
I've noticed
tanks.
a lot. Like, they do quite well covering off each other, working well together.
Yeah, I really love the Ost tier composition here. It basically, you know, lots of support weapons, then you have the 2-2 for that sight line. Very nice.
Completely agree. Assault sections once again coming on in onto the Grenadiers, but they're instantly gone. The double smoke that the assault sections have is just so good.
Yeah, it's really strong. Here we see some smoke bombs coming in once again on the eastern VP here. I guess the MoronParks are feeling the pressure down to 240 VPs now.
Yeah. And even like, the VPs aren't in their favor, the resources aren't in their favor.
Yeah, T-3485 here in trouble though. Could get snared in front of these two Raketans.
Does it get snared?
Doesn't seem like it.
It should be fine.
Yeah, he didn't have the
that
munitions for the
shot,
snare.
Though. Ken from long bomb almost taken that with the T-34.
And there was also another wipe there for another Panzer Fusilier by the T-70, I believe. Well, yeah, recon is in the air. MoronPark did go with joint operations, interestingly enough. Not going for spearhead there. It's a bit odd, I think, because you also get, you know, the frag bombs, which...
Yeah, that was one of the things I was looking at. Frag bombs would be great to have.
Yeah. I mean, might be thinking a Park 43 in the center or something could potentially be a surprise.
They are playing very central, so, I mean, I don't see it, you know...
I'm thinking more like they're playing very static, you know, you got that forward...
that's the word. Yeah, exactly, static.
It's not something you really see in 1v1s ever, like these forward structures, so... It's interesting how IncaUna and VonAsten is gonna try to adapt to this.
Yeah.
Raketten in trouble here. Some good hits from that T-70. Not quite getting the shots he's looking for.
GPs have swung back into the favor of MoronPark players, so they just seem kind of settle down and hold.
Yeah, if they can hold, as you say.
I mean, there's a Panzer IV now in the field. That T-70 is looking to be in a bad
Raketten
spot.
connects. That's gonna be
That is a
huge.
T-70.
Panzer IV gets the kill there.
Another vehicle has been
His
lost
T-70 is down.
Yeah,
Got
I'm not too sure
engagements
what that
coming up.
overall was. Maybe hoping they can get some damage to get the snare up, but yeah, no, those conflicts gone.
Yeah, stuff happening all over the place. We also have a comet here from Inca.
The Grenadiers going to get out of there fine, it looks like. And there's the big push towards the North VP.
Oh, Grenadiers go down.
Oh, they did go down.
Yeah,
Did
the
Cromwell get one
double.
shot on
No,
there?
the double infantry section.
Oh, of course.
And the stern pioneer might go down as well to the T-3485. Yes, indeed.
Yep.
You know, not having enough munitions there for the snare earlier just is so
And they
painful.
were going to miss him. We have a Panzer IV J finally being locked in by the OKW.
Yeah, but Mr.
Katusha.
Moron's army is so low here. 40 pop cap versus 70 for both allied players.
Yeah, double Cromwell and a Katusha and a T-35.
Comet in the Cromwell, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, rather. Comet, yeah.
Grenadier squad is ready.
I mean, he's got some very juicy targets here. Ones that recon. Wait. Yeah, they don't have any recon with this. I just realized. They also lost the T-70. It's actually something. I mean, they do have the flare, I guess, from the mortar. I guess that's its role here.
Yeah, I mean... What is it? VonAsten has... Yeah, VonAsten has the flare, so... There's some recon, though.
We have a new Panzer IV.
Yeah, P4J is out. He's also rebuilding that stern pioneer he lost earlier. 2-2 there, evading
Pax is
another
just
shot.
locking out. Yeah, the Pax is locking down that P2.
Is ready for action.
Such a strong combo, 2-2 and Pax, you know? You get the vision for
Get
the
the
Pax,
vision, yeah.
and
Yeah.
then the 2-2 also helps versus infantry, right?
Exactly, they just cover each other off very well.
And it's such a bait as well. You see the 2-2 and you have your tank there, right? Like your Comet heavy tank, right? It's like,
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I've ever fell
Yeah.
for that though. I'm a big...
oh, you've never fell for that? Okay.
No, I'm too smart for them. I predict it.
Oh, Gren's in trouble here. Needs to get out. Just manages to get
Oh,
out
no,
there.
guys.
Forces are securing
That still
our
could be
territory.
dead if they moved up a little bit. But no, these shots are missing.
Yeah.
Didn't really look like they wanted to commit to chasing that down anyway.
Yeah, but triple
So the
cap
100K is
again for the
rotating
allies
up.
here.
Oh, mine. Smoke planes, looks like it, onto the North VP.
I don't think he can follow up on that P4. The 85 needs repairs. He does have the Katusha though. It
I mean,
did
there's
fire.
a mine, so the P4J has been engine down.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Like if he could follow up somehow on it.
Oh, you took... Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not really in a position to do so. He's got that
You're talking
Sis
about the
gun that
triple.
seems quite suicidal, but Maxim is going to cover it.
AT gun is ready for
They're on the vodka thinking that they can do something, you know.
The vodka
Oh, they can't.
supplies.
The center looking really low. But the Comet coming on in to support.
Yeah, got the pack there as well, you know, covering the...
The Comet just actually bounced in a few shots. There, yep, another bounce. Finally connects.
Still though, it's gonna force away that Panzer IV for some time, you know?
If these assault sections smoke up the MG, they can chase down that pack.
Another recon
Yep.
is in the air.
Oh, the MGs cover up each other very well.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that Katusha didn't go for the solid center target.
Has it actually fired yet?
Yeah, it fired once, but I'm not sure at what target. It's ready any second by now though. It's probably going to aim for that Raketten, double Raketten in the north. It's firing! Whoa, almost instantly wipes the one. Oh, it does with the conscript support. T-35 might actually be able to follow up here. Of course, he's not playing guard motors, so he doesn't have that marked target, which would really help him here.
And the Katusha getting a rear end shot, doing some decent damage actually.
Yeah.
Is this gun trying to shoot the? Yeah, it was shooting the rocket, not the actual tank.
Oh, this is a bad position for VonAsten now. All the OKW forces are marching in. If it decrews that cis gun, it could potentially do something.
So that is a low health squads.
Oh, second cis out.
No. Oh, the engineer getting a face full of Panzer IV. It looked like they went for the repair, so they took the damage. Oh.
Ubers there getting completely blapped by the 85.
Every AT group on both sides is missing those tanks.
And people are talking about the unupgraded Fizzes. I think those are rebuilt because he did lose a squad of them earlier.
Yes, they are certainly. They're vet 0, no kills. They are rebuilt. Like by now, you should be seeing those Panzer Fusiliers at like what 4 or 5, right? So it certainly is a rebuild.
Why not? Yeah, it's very curious. Why wouldn't you build an Ober squad instead? I mean, I guess you want the snare, right?
That's the big thing. There's just the snare. If you rebuild the Obers instead, you've got 1 snare.
100 points remain.
Because they only went 2 Panzer Fusiliers to begin with.
Mortar, man. Oh, it wipes the Raketen! Did they have 2 mortars, or is that just the... No, it's the 1 mortar. Probably using some double shot action there.
The double shot is pain.
Sorry?
The double shot is very painful.
Yeah. I mean, Barrage is not on cooldown though, so I'm not quite sure how it was that fast.
Counter constraint to counter these layers.
What is this? We see planes coming in! Katusha as well, on the retreat path. Those Fusiliers are actually in trouble. If he retreats them, seems he doesn't.
He's retreated one of them.
Here comes the planes as well! Fusiliers goes down to the planes! Second Fusilier squad very low as well! Can't lose this infantry here, he needs the veterans on those. And 85 is spoiled for targets, as A would say.
It missed it though.
Yeah, Fusiliers does make it back home. Panzer IV survives, lever of health. And T-45 actually goes down.
What was that shot from the Rocket? Where did they pull that from?
Ubers though, planes could come in for another run. Unless they got shot down already, I'm not sure, I'm not seeing it.
Go down to the Zobers.
Here we see the Stern Pioneer flank. I mean, Axis down to 50 points here actually. There's so much going on. Seems Mr. Park, however, is actually trying to capitalize a bit here, grabbing the southern VP. Gonna buy themselves some time. But man, Moron there took some heavy losses, but he did take out the T-45.
I've not even processed that. Oh, yeah. Just all of a sudden, Moron's army just went bye-bye. He just went.
I mean, he still has the Panzer IV-J, which I think...
that survive was big.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of traded the Fusilier and the HMG for the T-45, right? And 2-2!
That shot.
Not quite.
The pack's covering up the 2-2 again.
Yeah, don't want to trade that. As we see more planes coming in, this time around it's the Hawker Typhoons, which are even more dangerous than the last planes. Oh, great shot there on the pack. Snare coming in on the Cromwell though.
The Grenadiers are getting munched by these planes.
If you can get a vehicle kill though, it might make it up for it. Cromwell goes down indeed.
Yep.
Comet also actually snared.
There's no cover for these packs, and these infiltrations are going to rush in.
The enemy is taking our territory.
I mean, just look at the VPs. They're going to lose the VPs again here. Down to 40. The Typhoons are strafing everything.
Yeah, both players bringing in those those aircraft. It's quite painful for the Axis. The Axis don't have any planes of their own.
Yeah, and look at what's really important here actually is the victory lead of Allies, because this is a best of 2, right? And if they win with 400 VPs lead, they only need to grab 90 VPs in the next game to win the series.
And that is not looking good for them. They would have to hold out even longer than last time, and that would be a miracle.
Yeah.
Like, they triple cap for most of the game. But hey, who knows? Maybe IncaUna will have a real bad second game as the Axis.
Yeah, I mean, they must have if MoronPark is to have any chance. I mean, 90 VPs goes by so fast, right? Lose the map once and you basically lost the series, so...
Even a double cap, that would still be enough.
Yeah.
I fear we are losing. With 10 points
And with 10 points remaining, I think it's safe to assume that
Triple cap there, they're not gonna
413
get it.
is the final count here for the Morons.
And I have to say again, the layout of the tanks once more. They're getting the tanks out very late. The light vehicles as well. But this time the light vehicles were on point, but still.
Yeah.
They're always behind.
So that's game 1. Taking a look at the kill-death ratio here, we can see VonAsten really pulling ahead. Might be because he's facing OKW. You can see the losses there. There was some huge engagements, right, on the east.
When you see assault sections, you retreat.
Yeah, that's true. They just force everybody away.
Yeah, they don't really get the kills, but they put that so much pressure on the map.
Yeah. So again, I'm gonna explain this once again, chat. This is a best of 2. A best of 2. This means there's no ace game. So what happens if MoronPark wins games 2? Well, that means it's a 1-1 and it gets decided by VPs. And if it gets decided by VPs, VonAsten and Inca having a 430 win here in the first game means if MoronPark wins with less than that, they still lose the series. So MoronPark can't drop below 413 VPs in game 2. Which is hard. Even if they win, they need to not drop below 430 VPs. So that's how this works, chat. If MoronPark wins, they need to be higher than 413. So yeah, let's take a look at the next game. Alright, here we are in game 2. And who do we have in the south, Mr. Nathan?
So playing the south side, playing as the Soviets, had to look there, Soviets and the Brits. We have the MoronPark. Boys,
the MoronParkers, yeah?
Yeah, the MoronParkers, that's it. The MoronParkers, who is Moron, who's playing the Soviets, has the terror tactics, Soviet combined, and counter-attack tactics. Whereas Park is running the mobile assault regiment, the special weapons regiment, and the Lend-Lease. So we're probably going to see more assault sections.
Yeah. Meanwhile, here in the north, we have the Axis playing this time around as IncaUna, going Overwatch, or perhaps Elite Armored, or maybe Spec Ops. Meanwhile, VonAsten here fielding Jaeger Armor, Jaeger Infantry, and Spearhead. And of course, they are 1-0 here in this best of 2 series, which means that since they won the first game with a victory point lead of approximately 413 VPs.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah, that means... You know, even if they lose this match, as long as they drop their opponent's victory point below 413, they actually win the series. So you could say
a high amount as well.
Yeah, you could say it's basically what's that, 87 versus 500 in this game too. So it's going to be very curious here if the MoronParkers can pull off another miracle, because we saw this in the first series as well with MoronPark. They were below, I think, like 90 VPs versus 250.
Yeah.
But they did come out winning that game, so we'll see if they can do something similar here.
The big thing there is just the amount of time there is on the game. It's a lot longer with 500 VPs.
Yeah, compared to 250.
To hold out on. This is to hold out. They have to go from 500 to 0.
Yeah.
While also not losing, 80, 90 VPs. That's a hell of a miracle if this happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting here. You can see it once again. We saw this in the first series as well. Once they were behind, they basically just bum rush the victory points. Like, they focus victory points so much here.
Yeah, and well, I mean, if it worked out the first time, maybe it'll work out the second time.
Yeah, perhaps.
I mean, they do have the power of the assault sections this time around as well. Early on, assault sections dominate.
And did it go assault sections?
Yeah,
it did. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We see the sandbag here once again. We actually don't know yet if there's been any penalty for using them in the first game, but they did lose that game anyway.
Yeah, so it's just like...
But I'm sure there will be a warning for future tournaments for Team MoronPark here.
Yeah, I think a warning's fine, like for the first tournament, and then if they continue to do it...
Yeah, it wasn't that impactful, but it's still, you know, a cheat is a cheat, and I think it's important
exactly.
that...
Just a warning, a
Yeah.
slap on the wrist type thing, and it'd be fine.
It's important for, you know, tournament integrity and all that. If you
Yeah,
have...
like I said, they could have completely oversight, and now they know they don't do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Great
But
team.
yeah, I totally agree with that.
But we do have special operations for IncaUna. That's actually really nice. I like special operations. You get those infiltration nades and the command tank. I really like the Panther command tank.
And also, of course, the most devastating ability here is the radio silence versus tactical map users.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
can really catch you out.
Yeah, I mean, he's so strong, because if you don't pay attention in an RTS game, it just flips so fast, and losing a unit in this game is just so damn hurtful, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
clicking that ability can end up losing you 2 to 3 squads simply because you can't pay attention everywhere.
I mean, I've been ruined by this, in a 1v1 where they just rushed on the base to the middle of the map instantly, really catching me off guard. There's so much potential on that ability.
Oh yeah. Yeah, great flank here from the Stern Pioneer. We see another Molotov, but Stern Pioneers do side trip it quite nicely there. Very well played here, I must say, from Inca. Of course, got the assault sections here charging in, which is gonna force the retreat.
I mean, that was a solid engagement for the OKW there, dropping a lot of conscripts.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't really much else you could do there, right? You can't expect a better engagement in the opener versus as soon as you get 2v1 like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean,
You
his
have to really
teammates...
be careful of those early double teams, because it really does happen a lot early on.
Yeah, I mean, meanwhile, you know, VonAsten is just taking advantage of this, capping the map, but, you know, the MoronParkers, they are forced to protect these victory points. I assume that's why they are playing the center together, because, you know, if they can just together hold the east and the center, they got 2 VPs on the control, so...
And we've seen that the Pioneers of VonAsten running back to base, because he has got Battle Phase 1.
Oh, interesting. Is he going for like a fast flame car or something, perhaps?
I mean, he can get the tier up
Yeah,
when he gets back to base, so it'll be very fast, if anything.
Yeah, I was thinking if he was running a 250 or something, but no. I mean, that doesn't require the structure anyway, I guess, so... Yeah, I'm assuming it's just a 2-2 that's going to be happening here for VonAsten, and of course, you know, the 1v1 players, they want those very fast timings, it's important.
I mean, a very fast light vehicle is always a fun time.
Yeah.
Especially considering you have MoronPark, who has gone assault sections. There's no snares or anything for the Brits.
Oh yeah. I mean, I am assuming we're going to see some what's it called, engineers soon. We do have the assault office here once again.
Yeah, I would also like to point out that he has gone 4 conscripts again. We've seen that last game, that he went 4 conscripts.
Yeah, but no airborne here in MoronPark's loadout.
Yeah, that's what makes it a bit more interesting. You usually typically go for 4 because you want those FVTs.
Yeah.
But what doctrine would he even go, do you think?
I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, Recon is really strong,
typical. These aren't like your go-to doctrines you see in like 1v1, so I don't really know. Like, maybe you'll see Soviet Combined because of the guards and the anti-tank ambush with the Recon.
I mean, I know from playing in the 4v4 tournament that Soviet Combined Arms is actually just, in general, really strong in team games.
I really like the doctrine. I don't use it a lot, but
yeah, it's really such a strong team game package right there.
Yeah, 100%. Again, even in 1v1s, you can make use of at least half the stuff in there.
Yeah. Also, worth to mention here, MoronPark has actually lost 5 VPs, so what's that? That's 82 VPs remaining for them now?
Those VPs are everything to MoronPark right now. But they can't, that's the thing, they can't ignore their resources in this game like they did in the previous one, because there's not, like, you will go to late game on 500 VPs.
We saw a flanking attempt here from the False Grenadier, but of course Vickers there did manage to get the suppression in before any flame nades. And we do have a flame half track here, but actually MoronPark going an AEC this game, so they are changing their strategies here a bit.
I actually think the 251 is a really nice pick. I like it.
Yeah, but I mean, it might be because, you know, they might have watched the first series and they saw the lack of light vehicles.
Clearly they watched me earlier, because this is exactly what I did versus infantry sections.
Oh, and look, triple cap is about to come in for the axis, right? If they grab
I'll
center.
snare onto the 251 as well. But I mean, they've got nothing to really worry about right now.
It's the AEC is somewhere, right? It's...
Oh yeah, there is an AC just coming out now.
Yeah.
Though, so
Don't know if you can get there in time. You also have the 2-2, of course, which actually can kill the AEC if you get a couple snares in, right?
and we did see. Was it a drop of the MG42? Yeah, the MG42 was dropped, but a Puma in the build for Inca
so
as well.
And we see 2-2 snared as well. This is a buffet for the AEC.
Yeah, oh god, he's just gonna go swinging in.
He might be able to repair the flame off track in time, but yeah, he did get the engine crit right there.
The Gren's covering up the 251 probably won't get it, so that's fine. But yeah,
It's actually quite bad for VonAsten. He's forced into a pack gun here. He only has 3 grenadiers in the flame car.
yeah, dropping that MG was huge as well. It's just
Yeah,
like, there's
for
no
sure.
presence for the Wehrmacht anymore.
Do have a snare here on the AEC, but I'm not even sure if it's worth it. He's losing so much manpower here to this assault officer. Look at that! Grabbing like 6 kills in a heartbeat right then. That's a lot of manpower. Yeah, IncaUna here with the flank. Might actually be able to take out this AEC with the snares alone. Let's see what the timer is. It's 0 seconds remaining. He got it right now. Needs to get in range though. Vickers going to hold the line, it looks like. AEC will be surviving. Puma is coming in, however.
Yep, the Puma.
Yeah. And full hayrek, 450 VPs, triple cap going in for the axis. And what was the count again? 413, right, chat?
413.
Yeah. 30 VPs remaining for MoronPark
goes
here.
underneath 400, they've lost.
Yeah. Really smart player actually from Inca, going mechanized, you know, with that early pressure. You can just end the game right here on the
I mean,
spot.
that's the thing. It's like Inca and Von just need to do the early game. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Full early game focus. Spam light vehicles.
They don't need to care about late game, unlike Hard.
This is what we was talking about in the first series as well, you know, with Boro and Farlian. If they just spammed light vehicles, you could just end the game,
like,
right?
Why care about the late game when it shouldn't get
Yeah,
to
go
the late game?
flame half track and 2-2 and Puma looks, right? You can end the game because of the VPs.
Yeah, I mean, they've already lost at this rate. There's no way they're going to cap the VPs in time.
Yeah, 420. Place it.
I mean, they cap in the middle, but they, you know, yeah, there's no way. I mean, let's be honest though, like, they could just sit on the VPs and lose the entire army and they would still win, right? So...
yeah, that's game 412. So nothing else to really say.
I mean, we
GG.
can watch a game for no reason at that point if it continues.
No, of course not. We're gonna go check
Yeah.
what other series are available. So once again, chat, just to make it clear, IncaUna and VonAsten won this quarterfinal. They are going to progress to the semis. This was best of 2. And no matter if MoronPark win or lose here, it gets decided by VPs, right? So 4-12 versus 4-13 means they win.
Yeah.
These forced VP endings are so anti. I mean, kind of, but at the same time, you know, I also find it makes the early game a lot more exciting, and we might see some more special strategies, right? If you only have 19 VPs, just spam light vehicles. I think that's kind of cool. It adds some more depth to it, you know?
I mean, and it's also like not like it's the finals. Like, if it was the finals, I would get it. Like, as in, that's a bit annoying to see. But at the same time, it's also play better. Not to be mean about it. It's just like 400 VPs.
Play better.
Let's be, like, it's 400 VPs.
Yeah. Let's tell
Like,
these
that
top
is
10
a lot of
players to
VPs.
play better.
Just get the VPs. You know, you wouldn't lose at 400 VPs if you didn't. Like, if you got the VPs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I find it interesting because, you know, people spam resident sleepers no matter what. If they see guard motor twice in a row, it's resident sleeper. If they only see Soviets versus Austria, it's resident sleeper. Apparently, if it's exciting game-breaking rules that, you know, force some adaptation, it's also a resident sleeper. So there's always people dissatisfied, but I still find this mix kind of entertaining, to be honest.
What can I say, Felix? I am here to give you the elite analysis that Elpen can never provide. Just win.
All right.
It's fair. Like 400 VPs is a lot. Just in a game where VPs still matter. They basically just let them have the VPs. And it's not like the players aren't aware that VPs matter in this like early stage, right? So, you know.
Alright, well, checking out the rest of the series for today. We'll take a look at the brackets here in a second.